Hello there, everyone. It is Jeanette here from Epicurist, and I decided to do this impromptu live with you guys to actually talk about something that I've been thinking about. Okay, so what happens? I actually had this amazing conversation with one of my friends, and I was talking about how garlic powder and onion powder are a faux pas. At least that's what I think, anyways. So a faux pas means that you never use garlic powder or you never use onion powder in your food. Now, some people might turn around and say, why? Why would you do something? Well, it really comes down to the type of like world that culinary world that you're coming from and everything. But what I did notice, sorry, just one moment. I'm doing this live, so live comes around with all the different things, right? So let me just close these. So there, you can hear and see me better. All right, so it really depends on where your culinary training is from and everything. But nevertheless, when you start saying that it's a faux pas, there's an element of snobbery with that. And the one thing that I do, that I always try to strive to do, is to eliminate that snobbery. Let's get down to earth. Let's be real about the food and about all that fun stuff and everything. So I had to sit there and think, why am I saying garlic powder? No, we don't use that. Well, the reason why I had an aversion of using garlic powder or onion powder, in particular those two items, is because most of the time the powdered spices that we get are either almost expired or potentially expired in the store. So think about it. Think about the logic with it. You are going to the beautiful India or beautiful Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has amazing different types of spices and everything. And you go there, they harvest all of these seeds and everything. They get them, they're beautiful, they're fresh, they're vibrant, and then they take them and they powder it up, process it in a factory, and then send it off to all over the world. Well, logically, by the time that it gets to your kitchen, of course, it's not going to be as fresh, right? And anyone who actually lives in a culture or who is part of a culture who's very known for their spices and flavors will know that when you have these spices, the best thing to do is to actually have the whole spices, and then you either roast them or you grind them yourself. That is where you're going to get the maximum flavor. So this is why I was kind of like, I'm a little bit of a snob with this. I don't really like using garlic powder and onion powder for this reason, right? Well, these kind of things, you always need to challenge yourself with these types of questions. So I decided my geeky self, because I am just like a culinary nerd and I just love learning about these things, I decided to challenge myself and I decided to make my own garlic powder. So here you have it, is the results, okay? So what I did was yesterday I got 2 heads of garlic. Now you can get as many as you want. Don't go overboard. Don't get like 20. That's too far. But like 2, 3 heads of garlic. And what you do is that you cut the ends off, and then eventually you break it up. Yes, your fingers are going to smell. Yes, your house is going to smell. It's garlic, right? So you break them up, and then basically what you do is that you put them on a pan. Now I have a warming drawer. I love my warming drawer. It's my go-to when it comes to my oven. If you don't have a warming drawer but you have a hydrator, you could definitely do that. You can do this maybe in the sun, but you have to put you have to put something over to protect it from any of the animals or birds getting it. Garlic, by the way, in your garden is a great deterrent for animals because most of the time they don't like the taste or smell of garlic. But nevertheless, you still want to somehow protect it. So I put it in my warming drawer, and I put it in the warming drawer for 9 hours. Now you're probably saying, "Whoa, I'm not going to actually go and do this for 9 hours. Are you mad?" Well, it is. It's a set it and forget it. All right. So you put it in there and you just leave it there for the day. I put it on my warming drawer has 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. I put it on number 2, and I kept it going for the whole entire day. And slowly but surely, what happened is that it started to roast. And it started to really, really dry out. So take a look at this, right? So it became withered and everything. And essentially what you're doing with the dehydrator is that you're taking all of the water out of your of the food. So it could be fresh mangoes, you dehydrate it, and then there you go, you've got dried mangoes. Grapes turns into raisins, and so forth. So essentially that's all I was doing. I'll give you a close-up here. So here, take a look at the garlic. All right, so it's shriveled, it's dry, it's brown. Probably not the most appetizing, but that's actually what we're looking for with this. All right, so here you go. This is the dried garlic, and I just left it there. Right now, I have an electric spice grinder. I find it easier. This is specific for spices. I do not grind any coffee or anything in there because it does impart flavor. So garlic is pretty strong, right? So it is going to impart a flavor, but that's okay for me because the spices that go in here tend to be for savory stuff. So it's got the cardamoms in there, they've got the cinnamon, the nutmegs, the cloves, all of those kind of things. It kind of goes well. So all I did was put in half of it, and then after that, just pureed it to a powder. That's it. That is it. So let me show you. All right, I have a little bit of it right now that is still like sort of powdered with it, and then some of it's still whole. So I just put it in like this. All right, now something I noticed, and I'm going to do a close-up of this. So let me change the screens. There we go. Now watch this, guys. Watch. You're going to see, hopefully, because it was like a ton of, when I tried it, hopefully you're going to see, boom, look at that. That's not heat. That is not my spice rack, my spice machine overheating. That's actually all of the garlic. So there you have it. Look at that. Look at that. So that is basically all of the garlic powder. All right. So there you go. That's the garlic powder. Now allow me to get a bowl. Now I see that one is still kind of struggling a little bit. No matter. Now the difference is that the smell is absolutely incredible, right? It is powerful. It packs a punch. So rather than having, let's say, a teaspoon of regular garlic powder out there that has been coming from the other side of the world, this one is going to be probably half a teaspoon. It's that powerful. So let me show you in action. So I will do a close-up of it again so you guys can see. There we go. And take a look at this. Can you guys see? There, the powder. It is just, it's incredible. It's like super, super smooth. Now, if you wanted it smoother, because there is a little bit of chunks in there still, you just pass it through a sieve. All right, so I'm just going to, there we go. So passing it through a sieve, just like this, will do the job, okay? So let's see this in action. So I've got all of my cloves of garlic, and this is for anyone who actually plants garlic, which is a great thing to do. You can actually go and, if you have a lot of garlic, this is really a great solution. So I've got all of my dried garlic here. I'm going to put it in. And it's going to make a lot of noise. All right, so it's going to make an awful lot of noise. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the close-up right there. And you're going to see lots of noise. All right, so let's see this explode. Boom, there we go. I'll just kind of, it's just so much. And this is just the powder. So if you do have respiratory issues and everything, not like this is going to poison you, but nevertheless, you may want to wear a mask if you have respiratory issues. But I'm okay with it. So what I'm going to do is that I am just going to take my sieve, all right, and I am going to dump it out just like this. So now I've passed it through the sieve, the fine mesh strainer. I still have a few of these chunks bit. Gonna go try this again. There we go, getting there, getting there. Oops, don't need it exploding on me. There we go. And there we go. Now you can keep on going. I still have a little bit left. You can keep on going until all of it's smooth. For the sake of the live, I'm not going to do that. I'll leave that there. All right. But basically, in 2 heads of garlic, I have got quite a bit of garlic powder there. And this is the freshest garlic powder you'll ever have if you are living in a region that doesn't necessarily produce garlic. You know, if you are lucky and you live in Asia, we do have garlic here in Quebec. We have quite a bit, but nevertheless, it's not really, this is not something that's really done. So I invite you, the purpose of this is that this is the first time I have ever made garlic powder. In all of my years as a chef, this is the first time I've ever done it, right? We learn something every day. It does not mean that after 20 odd years of being in the industry, meaning that I know everything. I don't know everything, and that's okay. That's fine, right? We learn, we grow. And I challenged myself, and I invite you to challenge yourself, is to ask certain questions. Ask yourself, well, I have this idea that this is a set of rules. Why is that? Now, it comes down for a principle of, it has a good principle, right? Now, in theory, that, like I said, the garlic powder that we receive in our superstores and our markets here, chances are is stale. So that's why I've never really used garlic powder. I don't want to use that because it's going to be stale and old. But it doesn't mean that I have to make it be a snob with it, right? I don't have to be picky with it or anything. So this is why I made myself some awesome garlic powder. So in the comments, I would love to hear from you. What kind of things would you like to learn? What kind of small little tricks would you like to learn? Would you like to learn how to make onion powder? I can test that one out too. And would you like to know exactly what is certain ingredients? Why do they work? Where do they come from, and so forth? I want to be able to help you understand food and understand where everything is coming from. So until next time, I will see you in class and have a wonderful day. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I invite you to. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on YouTube. And I would love to hear from you. All right? Bye-bye.